2021. Please help me welcome our president with thunder round of applause. Toastmasters Seema Ramesh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amrish. A huge round of applause, please. Let's keep it going for our stand-in Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Amrish. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amrish, for taking up this very new post for you today. And you have done a fabulous job by doing the proper introduction. And for everybody's knowledge, Toastmaster Amrish is a chartered accountant by profession. He's a very fun-loving person and he enjoys traveling, but I'm sure he has kept his travel plans on hold for the time being. So until then, I would like to welcome one and all to the fourth meeting of Virtual Masters Club. Fourth meeting already. How time flies, doesn't it? It just seems like yesterday when we were all excited and emotionally, all of us were at a tangent to get this meeting, to get the club going. And now it's already the fourth meeting. And soon it's going to be the 10th, double digit, then triple digit, and time flies. Time keeps moving on. Nobody can stop time no matter what. Time may stop for us individually, but that is because we let time stop for us. And one more thing which we time stop for us or not stop for us, at the same time, we should be willing to use words as to make us move forward or probably not move forward and stay stagnant. Now, the reason I've come up with this, particular topic on words is because recently, that is a few days back, we had a joint meeting with Kolkata Toastmasters Club, which hosted, and we hosted one of the best speakers, all-time speakers. He's a world champion, DTM Muhammad Khatani. Now, one of his incidents which he was narrating was on the power of words. It was his personal incident that happened to him. He had spoken for 5 minutes approximately to some random occasion. And he didn't realize that the power of the words which he spoke for 5 minutes had actually stopped a person from committing suicide. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this actually got me thinking that day because it never crossed me very seriously as such, that words have the power to do a lot of things. It can make you, it can break you, it can inspire anybody, it can be the ultimate in motivation in helping us move across. And on a personal note, it is this motivation, the words of motivation from quite a few people in Toastmasters that made me take the plunge to try out the leadership, the next step in leadership goal as the area director. And under the ultimate guidance of our present district director, DTM Jennifer Ghosh, who's present here at our meeting, and my area director, Toastmaster, I would like to call him a DTM because that's what he'll become soon, Rohan Nag, for really using those words to inspire me to take the plunge. And with all your blessings and good wishes, I am sure that I will be able to lead the club forward, all the clubs forward, which are under my area. And a little bit of good news, Virtual Masters Club also comes under my area, which I'm really excited about. There are a lot of things that we can do, and with all your support and help, I'm sure we can move forward. So once again, I would like to welcome all of you, and I can see a few guests over here. So let me take time out to welcome all the guests to the meeting today. And I would like Rosalina Parveen to kindly introduce yourself, ma'am. How did you come to know about our club? And a little something about yourself, ma'am. If you could turn on the video, that would be helpful so that we can also see you attending our meeting.
Hello, everyone. I'm very excited to join today's meeting. And I came to know about it like 6 months ago. And I attended some sessions also, twice or thrice. But I didn't take the plunge of joining this Toastmaster journey. So recently, I have set my mind that I will be a Toastmaster, and I'm starting from July. Thank you.
Oh, that's fantastic news. Fantastic. Thank you so much. A huge round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Diyashni Roy. Diyashni, if you could kindly introduce yourself.
Hi.
Like
Sorry, I could not turn on my video right now. So not in a position. So good afternoon, everybody. So I just come to know about this club few months back as well, and what an invitation from Krish. He sent me that meeting invitation just today morning, and I plan to join the session to see how the club is running today. And I think it is your fourth or third meeting, right? Fourth meeting. So it's a congratulations to the entire club. It's a very new club, and I think we are going very successfully till now. And I am hoping to have a joint session with you next weekend, I believe.
Okay, so can you please tell us which club you are from?
I'm from You Speak Club.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the president of You Speak, right?
Yeah, hi. Yes.
May I just butt in for a moment?
Yes, ma'am.
This is Jenny, ma'am. Hi, everybody. I would request that next weekend you don't keep any meetings because we have the oration on 27th. It's starting from 4 o'clock. And I personally invite you all for this wonderful mini oration. I'm sure you will enjoy being present on the platform. So please reschedule your meetings for either a day in advance or after. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. We have planned that meeting on 28th on Sunday. So we are aware of it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Deshni. I hope you have a good time at our meeting today.
Yes, sure. I will enjoy.
I would like to also acknowledge the presence of one of the veteran Toastmasters in Division K, so to speak, Toastmaster Shaurya Roy, who is also a member of the Kolkata Toastmasters Club. Welcome, Toastmaster Shaurya Roy. Okay, I think there's something wrong with the audio. Any case, well, before we move on, I would like to specify that for the benefit of the guests as well as the new Toastmasters, all the meetings in Toastmasters are recorded. And this recording, as in terms of minutes of meeting, it is done so by a special person in the executive committee called the secretary. Now, the secretary of our club is Toastmaster Shalu Gupta, who has floated the minutes of the meeting onto the group for all the members to have seen. I hope all the members have been through it. If you have, I would like to consider the minutes passed, please. Is that okay? A thumbs up? Right. Thank you so much. So I consider the meetings of meeting number 3 as passed. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shalu. Okay. Going forward, a typical Toastmasters meeting is conducted by someone who is called the Toastmaster of the day, or in other words, the Master of Ceremonies. Now, this person is the one who sets the entire meeting into full action. She or he can make it exciting, fun, and most of the time that's how it works in Toastmasters. So before I introduce the Toastmaster of the day for today, she is a very young lady and she has got very young children as well. But she has already become a passionate Toastmaster as far as I can understand. And she spends most of her free time, if not playing with her kids, she is definitely into reading. If there is a word called readaholic, I think that should be her middle name because she just enjoys reading and trying to get as much of information as possible. So she gives enough time to herself as well. So with a huge round of applause, please help me welcome the Toastmaster of the day for today, our Sergeant at Arms, the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shweta Surekha. A huge round of applause, please.
Thank you, Madam President, for this wonderful choice of words and such a lovely introduction. So today, as you all know, the theme of today is the choices in life. One thing which we all have, irrespective of where we come from, what we do, what our background is that choice in life. And I personally believe that the most important choice which we can make as an individual is to have a positive attitude. I would like to share with you all a very small story of a gentleman called Jerry. He was an executive chef at a restaurant. And he was a person who was always in good mood, irrespective of whatever the circumstances were. If anyone would ask him, "How are you?" or "How are you doing?" he would simply reply that if I were any better, I would be twins, which means that in order for me to be even more happy, I have to be two of me. So that's how happy he was all the time. Whenever he changed his job or he moved from one restaurant to another, most of the waiters who worked with him would also switch their job because that was the kind of motivator he was. Everybody wanted to be around him, the kind of positivity he brought in. So one gentleman got really curious and he asked him that how is it that you could be so positive all the time? He replied that when I get up in the morning, I have two choices, either to be in a bad mood or a good mood. I choose to be in a good mood. Whenever something bad happens, I have two choices, either to complain or to learn something from it. I choose to learn from it. Similarly, if someone comes to me complaining, again, I have two choices, to accept the complaint or to point out the positive side of life. And I choose to point out the positive side of life. So life is basically all about choices. When you cut out the junk, every situation is a choice. What I understand is there are 3 C's in our lives. The choices we make. Because of the choices that we make, we get the chances. And because of the chances we get, we create changes in our lives. Similarly, in any Toastmasters meeting, there are 3 sections. The first is the prepared speech section, where each speaker comes and delivers a speech which is mentored, practiced numerous times, written, rewritten, and finally delivered here. The second is the table topics, where the table topic masters gives us the topic and either a Toastmaster or a guest volunteers to speak on the topic from 1 to 2 minute impromptu. And the third and the very important section of any meeting is the general evaluation section, where the general evaluator keeps an eye on the entire meeting, how the meeting is conducted, whether it is done with the norms of the Toastmasters guidelines, what are our scopes of improvements, and what things went right or what went wrong in any meeting. With this, I would like to introduce the general evaluator for today. And when I asked her what was one time when she had to make a difficult choice in her life and what was her thought process, she shared that it was when she was bringing up her 2 teenage boys, one in class 10 and one in class 7. And their father was working in Dubai. So it was a very difficult time for her because she was a working mother and the pressure of bringing up 2 young boys. So that was the time when she had to make a decision or make a choice of sending her elder one, the one in class 10, after his boards to Dubai for further studies. Although as a mother, it was a very difficult choice for her to send away one child and deprive him of her warmth and love. But nevertheless, she took the choice, she made that decision, and today they are all very proud of the choice they made. She's none other than GTM Jennifer Ghosh. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
Thank you so very much, Shweta. That was one fantastic introduction. And I really believe that this is what keeps us sticking all the time in Toastmasters, the fact that we keep on getting introduced in so many different novel ways with everyone's uniqueness and perspective. That is what is so beautiful about this journey. So thank you, and I'm the general evaluator for the day. And I just like to quote Helen Keller, who said that alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. And before we go forward, I'll just like to tell you that Helen Keller was born blind and deaf. And yet we keep on quoting her and all her inspiring words. So, you know, it doesn't define you what you are born with and what sort of challenges come in one's life. It is how you define yourself and how you uplift yourself. Therefore, people will look up to you and will respect you. So as I said, alone we can do so little, and together we can do so much. So I have a team, TEAM. T stands for together, E stands for everybody, A stands for achieves, and M stands for more. So together, everyone achieves more. And for that, I have a very, very strong tag team who's going to help me perform this role today. I would like to call upon my timer. The timer today is Ashutosh from the V Masters Club. Ashutosh, can you please tell us what is your role today? And take it slow and give yourself time and do it spot on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jennifer. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. Today, I am going to play the role of your timer. Let me ask you one thing. Just imagine if there was someone in your life who can tell you when the stock markets are going to go up and when exactly the stock markets are going to go down. If someone can actually help you in timing anything in your life, probably he or she is going to be your best friend. So congratulations to all the speakers, table topic speakers. I am your best friend today, and I'm going to help you and tell you when is the right time you need to start concluding your speech which you are making, and when is the right time to complete your speech today. So what I am going to do is, we have two speakers today. For one of the speaker, I will show the yellow card at 5 minutes, then green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and then a red card at 7 minutes. And then when we will have second speaker Krish, there will be a green card at 8 minutes, yellow card at 9 minutes, and red card at 10 minutes. For our table topic speakers, the time is 1 to 2 minutes. So I'm going to flash a green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and a red card at 2 minutes. And for our evaluator, the time is 2 to 3 minutes. And I'm going to show a green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2.5 minutes, and a red card at 3 minutes. There will be a grace of 30 seconds on both the sides. I'm going to keep track of all the timings of all the speakers and evaluators and report back at the end of the session when asked upon to do so. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jennifer.
Okay, and thank you very much for that elaborate report. I would now move on to my second tag player today, and the tag player is the R counter, Shalu Gupta. So Shalu, may I request you to please tell us what is your role today? Shalu, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster, Master of Ceremonies, and my dear guests. Today I am playing the role of R counter, and as R counter, my duty is to keep the record of crutch and filler words. For example, so, basically, you know, as well as long pausing. These words not only diminish the quality of speech, but also makes the speech less interesting. Show the underconfidence of a speaker. For a good speaker, it is necessary to minimize the use of these words. As an R counter, I will keep the track of same and present my report when called upon to do so. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shalu, for that wonderful report of the R counter. Let's give her a big round of applause. And my third tag master today is Mridula. Mridula is the grammarian. So may I call upon Mridula to please let us know what's her role today and how she's going to keep the role for us.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, and all my friends present in the house. So today, as a grammarian, my role will be to help you keep a track of the good usages of grammar and give feedback on the not so good ones. Secondly, as a word master, I will be introducing the word of the day, which goes like invigorating. So invigorating means making one feel strong, healthy, and full of energy. And usage in a sentence would be, every Toastmasters meeting is invigorating in its own way. So today I would urge you that just like grammar is a building block of you becoming a better communicator and becoming a better version of yourself, I would request and urge everybody to use good grammar. Just like the choices we have of black and white, yes or no, right and wrong, today make the choice of using this word of the day to become a better communicator in the long run. Thank you, and back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. That was a fantastic report. And with that, we will come back to you at the third round session, which is the evaluation session. And I will come with the report of my tag team. I'm sure they're going to keep fabulous time and a note of all the crutch words and give us a fantastic grammar report too. So back to you, Madam Toastmaster Shweta.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, for explaining the role so well along with your team. Now, moving on to the first section of our meeting. These are the speakers who have chosen today to come here and deliver a speech in front of all of us. Before I call upon the first speaker, I would like to call the evaluator of the first speaker to read out the speech objectives, Toastmaster Shweta Singhania.
Good evening, everyone. Today, the speaker will be attempting her icebreaker speech from a new path, motivational strategies. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. I wish all the best to the speaker, and over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Evaluator Toastmaster Anutosh. I'm sorry I wasn't informed that the evaluator has been changed. So I'm sorry for that. Now coming to the first speaker. When I asked her about the one choice in her life which she had difficulty in making, she said that 20 years back, when she had to decide to relocate from Muscat to Calcutta, that was the most difficult choice she had to make in her life, because she was happy there. She had a good friends circle. She was doing very well in Toastmasters, but her husband was in depression, and hence she decided to come back. She's none other than Toastmaster Panna Ray. Her speech title, It's All in the Name, mentored by Toastmaster Abhishek Mitra. Toastmaster Panna Ray, It's All in the Name.
Panna, stop fidgeting. You are the nursery students. My yoga teacher and said, Prema, it's not my fault. It's all in the name. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name, Panna Rashmi, means gray or emerald, indicating green light, and that's why I'm always on the go. Finally, my name was registered on the ration card before I was even born. When I came to know about it, I asked my mom, "Ma, what if I was a boy?" She said, "We would have named you Panna Lal." Gosh, I am lucky I'm not a boy. I was born in Ranchi. And you all know why Ranchi is famous? Mental asylum. So all the madness that you see in me was because of the place I was born. But horrors, this got stamped onto my passport. And now the whole world can associate Panna with Ranchi to mental asylum. I was born to my parents after 2 boys, and my dad desperately wanted a girl. So after I was born, the nurse placed me in his arms saying, "Jiya jo chaha, wahi hua." Meaning, you got what your heart desired. My mother liked the word Chia, and that became my pet name. When I was 6 years old, we moved from Ranchi to Bangalore. In Ranchi, though I studied in an English medium school, I knew not a word of English, which was needed in Bangalore. But I soon picked it up fast, using words like Island for island, knee for knee, and made do with that. Growing up with 2 brothers, I was the typical tomboy, playing cricket, football, hockey, jumping from rooftop to rooftop, climbing trees, flying kites, playing with marbles, spinning tops, everything. By the time I was 16 years old and had completed my 10th standard, my mom had had enough. She pulled me from Bangalore, brought me to Kolkata, and enrolled me in Loreto House for my +2 studies, hoping that a convent environment would make me more ladylike. Oh, how I hated it there. I was expected to complete my graduation from Loreto College. By that time, I had had enough. I forged my dad's signature on the admission form and took admission in St. Xavier's College. I was in my 3rd year of Xavier's, pursuing my BA in political science. And I had to do the other BA, the Bengali BA, marriage. Yes, friends, I got married and then I completed my graduation. And a year after that, gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. And I myself transformed from a girl to a woman. I married a fantastic man, Rajat, with his education from IIT and IIM, but came from a very conservative family. From wearing skirts and jeans, I had to start wearing saris 24 hours a day. Friends, I even attended Xavier's classes in Xavier's in a sari. Can you imagine that? But since Rajat was such a wonderful man, I was ready to make all these changes for his sake. When my daughter was 2.5 years old, we moved from Kolkata to Mumbai and I tasted freedom. In Mumbai, my son was born and my family was complete. From Mumbai, we went to Chennai and from Chennai to Muscat when the kids were 7 and 3. Since I stayed in most of the metropolitan and cities in Calcutta in India, that gave me the confidence to live a beautiful life abroad. In Muscat, I took up a job as a nursery teacher and I taught there for 20 years. Friends, believe me, I felt really blessed because I was being paid for a job that I enjoyed immensely. I really miss that job now. My kids have now grown up and moved away. My daughter is in Canada doing her higher studies in mass communication, and my son is in the US doing his PhD. In fact, they had left my house after the +2 itself because Muscat did not have good colleges. And when they moved, it kept a huge void in my life. To fill up that void, that vacuum in my life, I joined Toastmasters in November 2015. I'd completed my ACB and my ALB when my mentor suggested that I enroll for Pathways. In Pathways, I picked up presentation mastery because I felt my content was good, but I needed to present it better. And I picked up motivational strategy as my second path because it is the only path that deals with emotional intelligence. Trends, pathways presents a different set of challenges altogether for me. I'm old school after all, right? But I believe that learning has no age limit. It is a continuous process. I'm here to learn at each and every level, at each and every path, and I'm here to share the knowledge that I've gained. It's all in my name, my friends. Remember, I am a go-getter. I have the green light. What about you, Toastmaster today?
Thank you, Toastmaster Panna. That was a wonderful, wonderful speech. You took us to different places and your life, and thank you for that speech. With this, now I would like to call the evaluator of the second speech to read out the speech objectives. Toastmaster Rohan Nag.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that introduction. The purpose statement is as follows. The speaker is to inspire the audience to improve personally, emotionally, professionally, or spiritually, relying heavily on emotional appeal. The speech should appeal to noble motives and challenge the audience to achieve a higher level of beliefs or achievement. The speaker is to use the skills learned in previous projects and not use notes. All the best to the speaker.
Thank you. Now, when I asked our second speaker about one choice in his life where he had to take a decision. Now, this was a very interesting choice. He was in 8th grade and it was his English literature examination, final examination. And he and his crush were the top 2 rank holders in the class. Just before the examination, his crush pulled him aside and told him that she is not feeling well and she might not take the literature grade, and congratulated him already on getting the first rank. Now, at this point of time, he had to choose between his first rank or his love towards her. He failed the English literature exam and missed his first rank. But his crush, she topped the class and the English literature paper as well. In class 9, he had another crush. I'm sure that was a difficult choice for him. With this, I would like to welcome our second speaker, Toastmaster Krishnesh, with the speech title, The First Servant. The First Servant, Toastmaster Krishnesh.
Paravati station, Kali Ghat. The next station is Kali Ghat. The doors will open on the right side. I was standing taut against the door of my metro compartment. My eyes were burning holes into the man who stood beside me. He was holding a teary-eyed child who kept murmuring, "Mama, Papa," in between her sobs. The stark difference between the child and the man, his disheveled look, his unkept clothes, his gutka-stained mouth, and the utter lack of compassion towards this sad child were all red flags for me. As he got ready to alight, I looked around at my co-passengers and pleaded for them to hear my thoughts. Can't you see that this could be a kidnap? They were all busy on their phones. Indifferent. Nobody cared. In their defense, they were minding their own business. Do you want to know what I did? We'll get to that part. But first, a few questions. How many of you here have been torn between indifference and indecisiveness? Have you ever thought to yourself, Should I do what my heart tells me to? Or should I just mind my own business? Were you ever called upon to act in a situation that required acting with limited information? Difficult questions, huh? A very good evening, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, and my fellow decision makers and leaders. Long, long ago in school, my English literature teacher mentioned a minor character in one of Shakespeare's plays, King Lear, Act 3, Scene 7 to be precise. Shakespeare did not bother extending the basic courtesy of giving this character a name. He's merely referred to as the first servant. Bear in mind, there were two more servants in the same scene. Shakespeare gave them names. Unlike the other characters, this nameless, insignificant servant had no idea how the story was going to play out. What he was clear about was that present scene. His master orders the three servants to hold down an old man so that the master could gouge out one of the old man's eyes. The first servant refuses to be a part of this heinous act, draws his sword out, points it at his master, and attempts to save the old man. The master stabs him and kills him. That is his whole existence. My teacher went on to advise us that if it were not a play, but real life, that would have been the best part to have acted in. Be the first servant in the play that is your life. That's what he said. This had me pondering, and a few questions popped into my head. Question number one. Did the first servant do the right thing by disobeying his master? What do you think? Question number two. Did the other two servants do anything wrong by simply following orders? Again, what do you think? Question number three, and this is what hits me the most. When a nameless, insignificant servant could find the courage to do what his heart tells him to, would I be able to do the same? Would I? Really? Would you? Difficult questions again, huh? Dear friends, in a utopian world, there should always be an abundance of wanting to do the right thing. But the fear of making a mistake is what keeps some people to refrain from acting where some action is required. This fear makes them take a step back. I had that opportunity to be that first servant one day. In the metro, troubled with indecision, should I help this troubled child or should I just mind my own business? Borobati station, Kali Ghat. The next station is Kali Ghat. The doors will open on the right side. The doors opened. The man stepped out. I had to act. I lunged for his neck, grabbed him by his collar and shouted, "Whose kid is this, huh? Police!" And as soon as I got some help, I grabbed the child and ran up the escalators to a nearby policeman. Felt invoked. really felt invigorating. After a brief interrogation with the child lifter, the policeman called me over in a berating tone. "Oh, hero, come here, come. This gentleman is the child's uncle. Who are you? Creating public nuisance? Hold your ears, hold your ears. Now apologize to this gentleman." My teacher's sage advice to be the first servant flashed across my mind. That first servant acted heroically, stood for what is right, did the right thing even at the cost of his own life. This first servant acted heroically, thought he did the right thing, but was left embarrassed. After a heartfelt, sincere apology to the man and a good discussion about why I did what I did, as I was leaving, the policeman had to just rub it in. He called out again condescendingly, "Oh, hero, don't try this again, huh?" I walked up to him, stood uncomfortably close to him and said, "Sir, what if this was actually a kidnapping? What if that is the scene next time? I don't mind embarrassing myself. I don't mind being an inconvenience for others. But if the situation calls for it and if my heart tells me to, I will do what is right." My dear decision makers, many situations in life demand immediate action. It doesn't matter if they are fully informed ones. It doesn't matter if you have all the facts. No, I'm not saying we act without any deliberation. I'm saying deliberation has to come to a timely end based on the situation. You agree with that much, right? So, anytime you feel there is something like this, you need to act. You need to do something. You need to say something. Not saying anything is not an option. Not doing anything is not an option. Let there be no place in our lives for indifference and indecisiveness. This can happen only if we act by listening to our hearts. I urge everyone here to be the first servant. Be the first among equals. It's going to be difficult, I know, but we should. I know for sure I will. What about you? And what about you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day?
Thank you, Toastmaster Krishnesh, for this lovely speech. And I must say that your questions really got all of us thinking. And you did make us revisit those metro rides, even though very shortly, which we have been missing for the last few months. So thank you for that. Now, moving on to our next section. But before that, I would like to continue with the story of that chef in the restaurant, Jerry. Once he did what no one in the restaurant business is supposed to do. He left the back door of his restaurant open. And in the morning, 3 robbers came, robbed him, and shot him with the bullets. He recovered, and one of his friends came to visit him after 6 months. And he asked him, what was the thought which you went through when you were lying there, when you were robbed and shot? He said that the first thing which I could think was that how could I leave the door open? But then as I lay there, I had two choices. Either I could choose to live or I could choose to die. And I chose to live. But when I was wheeled into the operation theater, the look on the doctors and the nurses' face scared me. It was like they had already declared me dead. And the head nurse was shouting instructions, and she was asking me, "Are you allergic to anything?" And the only thing I could reply was yes to the bullets. And that's when I told them that I have chosen to live, so treat me as if I'm alive. And he came back safely from the operation. So this is the power of choice which we make. And today, in our next section, the table topic section, we, the Toastmasters and the guests, have to make a very important choice to come, to volunteer and speak on the topic impromptu. And to conduct this session, we have a table topic master. And when I asked today's table topic master about one choice in his life where he had difficulty in making a decision, it was a very recent thing when he was doing an internship with a firm and they offered a very good job to him. It was a very reputed firm. But he wasn't somehow enjoying the work and he declined the offer, which meant sitting for the placements with 350 other students with no guarantee of getting a job. But nevertheless, he made the choice, sat for the placements, and today he's working in a firm and in a position which he's really enjoying. With that, please welcome our table topic master, Toastmaster Aneek, with a huge round of applause. Toastmaster Aneek.
Thank you so much, Madam TMOD. That was a wonderful introduction. I'm the table topic master for today, and I'll just quickly introduce the rules and the section for this part of the meeting. In this part of the meeting, I'll give everyone a topic where you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. If you're a guest, you have an option to change your topic, but if you're a Toastmaster, you don't really have an option. The timing limits are 1 to 2 minutes, where you get a green card at 1 minute, a yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and a red card at 2 minutes. And in this section, I think we are more deviate a bit from the theme, because once you make a choice to become a table topic speaker, then you really don't have a choice on the topic. Whatever I give you, you have to speak. So there is no choice in that case for you if you are a Toastmaster. With that, I would be sharing my screen, and whatever you have to speak on would be appearing on the topic. Let's see what we have in store for you. Is my screen visible? Yeah. So anybody can tell me what brings to your mind when you see this? Which movie or which Bollywood dialogue or line? Anybody?
Rocket Singh.
Yes, Rocket Singh. That's perfect. And what was he called? Anyone would like to give it a try?
Salesman of the Year.
Yes, Salesman of the Year. Perfect. Bingo. So today we'll see who is the best Rocket Singh among all of us. I'll give you an object, and you have to sell it to all of us, convince it that you are the best Rocket Singh out here. Now, anyone who would like to come up and speak or volunteer to speak can raise their hands or can show a thumbs up, or else I would start randomly. I would pick up anyone. So anyone would like to start? Any speaker, any volunteer to begin with? We have Ashutosh, you want to go first? Perfect, perfect. So you made it.
Happy to try.
Okay, perfect. So you have made a choice. Kudos on that. And here goes your topic, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Toastmaster Ashutosh, a pen Toastmaster Ashutosh. Go ahead.
Thanks so much, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what we have today is a pen, a ball pen, which can actually help you even in writing in space. Since we have this Corona time going on, everyone is thinking of going to Mars and then staying there. I'm sure it's going to be a problem to take, if you take your pen with the one which you have right now with you and go there and write with that pen. So if you take this pen from us, this pen is actually going to work in Mars as well. If at all you time travel, or if at all you travel to space and then go there. So this pen which you are seeing here is a multi-faceted, multi-dimension, multi-functional pen, which can do a couple of things for you. It's actually a mini computer. It can write for you. It can do text processing for you. This is something which can actually even help you to do some projections on the wall. So one side of the pen, which is not visible in this picture, is actually having a projector, which can actually help you project on the wall. So this pen is something which is going to help you in survive wherever you are, in order to do your work, in order to do your presentations, in order to, like I said, it also works on Mars. So even if you take it, it works even when there is no gravitation. So I hope I am going to have a lot of takers today. If anyone is interested, please get in touch, and then I will share the commercials with you. Thank you so much, Table Topic Master. Ani, over to you.
Thank you so much. You reminded me of Three Idiots. I guess that's where you got your idea of the pen writing in space. Thank you so much. And I hope people would be convinced to buy your product. Next,
I would just like to ask Anutosh whether he was able to see the timer cards.
He was the timer.
Myself, the timer. I was doing it on my phone. So I was
so I was just wanting to speak to Anik. Anik, if your presentation screen remains open, will the timer card also flash?
So I had a discussion with Ashutosh. What we do is, once the object is presented to the speaker, then I'll stop sharing and he will start sharing so that the timing can be seen.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I just wanted a clarification.
Perfect. So anybody next would like to volunteer? I see Dr. Rupesh Singh. Perfect. Could you just unmute yourself? Yes.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi. Let's see what we have in store for you. So Dr. Rupesh Singh, a chessboard. Chessboard, Dr. Rupesh Singh.
My dear fellow Toastmaster and the guest in this forum, chess. Chess is the one thing which is very famous and part of our history. Even you can recall Mahabharata. It was something like chess where whole Mahabharata happened. The war of Kaurava Pandava happened. Not only that, very nice movie Satranj Ke Khilari. Very strategic mind, right? You need to understand how this horse walk, how this elephant will walk, and how you will save the king. Is how you're making the strategy. I can recall the story of one athlete, Abel Mithai. He was running the marathon. He was about to complete a few feet back. He realized, okay, because of Signet, he confused. He thought marathon is over. He stopped. Same time, the second runner, second athlete, he was a Spanish, Ellen Fernandez. He realized there is something wrong. He says, hey, corre, corre. Chinese guy, he was saying, hey, run, run. It is not complete. But Kenyan guy was unable to understand that. He pushed him to run. And when this marathon finished, then journalists ask, why let this guy, let this Kenyan win? He thought, if I would have done that, what would have the merit of this medal? If I would have done that, I said to my mother, my dear friend, why I'm telling this story, that is a strategy. He was thinking like that ethics, when you're playing the chess, ethics should be there. People say everything is fair in war and game. But my dear friend, ethics is very important. This is what any chess will tell you. This is what the strategy came in the mind of this Spanish guy. He was ethical. And even though he got second position, but that day, two winners were there. One, the Kenyan guy, second, the Spanish guy, because of his honesty. This is what chess will tell you. You need to be very strategic, how to run, how to calculate. and do the victory for you. Thank you very much, Table Talk Master.
Thank you so much, Rupesh. Thank you so much for bringing in the idea of ethics as well to this wonderful object. Now, I would like to request Rosalina. Are you there? If you are, if I'm audible, would you like to give it a
Yes,
shot?
yes, you are available. You are audible.
Perfect. Let's see what we have in store for you. And in 1, 2, 3, we have the next item for you. So, Rosalina, a broom, Rosalina.
Thank you for the topic. So this is a very special type of broom. So it has a very soft handle. So you won't feel any pressure while you are sweeping the floor. And at the same time, your job will be done. Second, the broom, now as this is the time of COVID, you can take the broom with you and you can use it for pressing the button of the lift and thus don't spoil your hand. So it has many functions, just to name a few. And on top of that, I'm offering the broom at half the price. You cannot get a better bargain than this. And I'm sure everyone is now waiting to have my broom. We have limited stock too, so please hurry. Thank you.
Thank you,
Over to you.
Rosalina. Thank you so much. And I hope you would have a lot of takers today. On that note, let me move on to the next table topic speaker. So, Toastmaster Abhishek, would you like to give it a try?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. Let's see what we have in store for you. And here it goes. Toastmaster Abhishek, brushes, toothbrushes, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Can it get any better? I was having some sweets and you reminded me in the middle of the day that how important another thing is that you should have, or you should always use after having something sweet, or for that matter, anything. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you toothbrushes. Something that you need, whether you travel or whether you are stuck at home, whether you wake up from your sleep or you're going to your sleep. If you do not clean your mouth, then what is the point of having a bright personality if you have a stale mouth? Remember those commercials? Well, that there might not be any truth in an Axe commercial showing that if you smell right, people will get attracted. But there is definitely some meat to the commercials where it shows that if you have a nice breath, then it would enhance your personality and people would come up and talk to you. So you cannot avoid having, cannot avoid a life without brushes. And as you can see, right now you're quarantined at home. You should get it for your entire family and not only for yourself. And that is why we are giving a special Corona discount. If you buy 2 brushes, the third one is absolutely free. This is our way of promoting hygiene when you are at your home. So would you like to purchase some, Table Topic Master?
Definitely. Definitely, I would like to get some, and it was wonderfully done by Toastmaster Abhishek. Let's see who would be the next rocket saying, and let me pick Shaurya. Shaurya, am I audible? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our next rocket sing with us. Let's see what we have in store for you. Let me see what we have. 1, 2, 3, and oh my God, that's something great. Very close to my heart. So football, Toastmaster Shaurya, football.
Welcome everyone to the nth day of the lockdown. Now, even though you can't go out and play football, it's always, after a few time, it's always going to be possible, right? Because even though today corona is everywhere, lockdown is not going to be permanent. One day there will be a time when you will be allowed to go out and play football. And what what better way to burn out all the fats which you have gained in this intense period of lockdown, where you just sit and consume food and become fat. And having said that, I am a banker and I was forced to go to work every day from until 23rd March when the lockdown was implemented. But then in the last week, someone in my office got corona affected and I have been forced to be on quarantine in my home. And let me tell you, it has been 7 days since I've been on quarantine and I am bored. And I actually want to show right now, but I can't because it is Toastmasters meeting. So again, which brings me back to my table topic. Yes, right now the lockdown is going on and we are just holed up in our home and we are consuming food and we are gaining weight. But having said that, it isn't permanent. There will come a time when we will again be allowed to go out on the field and we will be allowed to exercise our body weight. We will be able to lose our body weight. And what better way to do it other than playing a football? So that's it. Pretty much that's it. I was just geared up. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaurya. Thank you so much. With that, I would bring this segment of the session to a close. One thing which I realized all through the section of table topics is we all can take up an alternative profession. I mean, besides whatever we do, if we are asked to sell anything, we'd be able to do it. You may see the variety of objects from a broom to a football to a brush to a pen. Everything just got sold. So I think we are excellent at that. And with that, I would pass the virtual podium back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shweta. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anik, for that interesting table topic session. And yes, you did bring out the salesperson in each one of us. So thank you for that. Now, moving on, we'll move on to the most important section of any Toastmaster meeting. And that is the general evaluation section. With this, now I would like to hand over the virtual podium to our general evaluator, DTM Jennifer Ghosh. Thank you. DTM
Thank you
Jennifer.
so much, Shweta.
Thank you.
So what an invigorating meeting. Oh my God. And I've been seeing the chat going up with our grammarian telling everybody, please use the word of the day. But unfortunately, it had to be me, right, Mridula? So it was fantastic. I'm really enjoying everything. But we have come to a round where the evaluation section is the part where we know there are certain things we do so exceptionally well, and there are certain things that we need to look into and improve. So before we go deeper into that, I would like to request our evaluators today. Evaluator 1, Anutosh Ghosh, who will be evaluating Panna Ray's speech, to please give us his evaluation. Over to you, Anutosh.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, everyone, and especially the person whose name says it's all, Toastmaster Panna Ray. What an invigorating speech you had. Earlier, I just knew the meaning of Panna and Rashmi. But today, I got to know why your parents chose these two words together. And that too because you were born as a girl, not as a boy. I wonder what would have been like piquing the emotional intelligence of such a boy. Well, the speech had glimpses of your past, your childhood, a brief college time, how you hated your dressing restrictions when you always had to wear a sari. But when you went to Mumbai, how you were breaking the shackles of these dresses and everything. I loved it because of those patterns of when you were moving forward from one part to the other and to the next. Well, then you went on to Muscat, where you were doing the job which you loved. It is said that one does a perfect part of his job or her job when there lies the passion into it. That passion was there. Well, during that time, I also found out there are a couple of points that I should recommend as well. One of them is that I felt that suddenly the part of the Toastmasters came into picture, and I wasn't able to understand why the Toastmaster came into picture all of a sudden when you were saying about the teaching part. Well, I was definitely convinced about the reason why you chose the pathways, the path 1 and the path 2. But I was still confused about the reason of choosing Toastmasters. And the second recommendation is about the beginning part, when the speech started off, but there were times when I felt that the speech was getting suppressed with your voice. Probably the mic wasn't responding well during that time. So if these two sections can be taken care of whenever you are speaking, let's say that when you start off a speech, you can just do a quick audio video check and then clarify that whether everything is going right or not. If this one can be taken care of, and of course the connection of why this part is being said of, let's say this time, the Toastmasters part, then I'm sure that this speech will be more better. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Anitosh. That was a very comprehensive evaluation. I must say, great recommendations, good suggestions, and my little bit of recommendation to you, Anitosh. You seem to be lacking energy today. I would have preferred your evaluation to be more on a high note. When you're giving commendation, you should be more expressive. Your face should show the joy of commendations. And when you're giving recommendations also, you need to justify a little bit more as to why you have given that recommendation. Most important is to always keep the energy going, because every session, and now that we are on the virtual platform, needs to be even more energetic so that people can feel it by your face, expression, gestures, and I would say your eye contact. But otherwise, a fantastic evaluation, very invigorating. I must say that, Panna, you have been given some very good suggestions, and this is really going to help you improve your speech and take it to another level. For me, your speech was a delight to hear. I loved the way you sort of transitioned from your birth to the time when you gave birth. So it was a wonderful sort of a round circle of evolution, I would say, beautifully projected, and very, very lovely storytelling skills you have, which helped you bring this entire speech alive. I found that the only recommendation I can give you is maybe, like Anito said, there was a voice break at quite a number of places due to connectivity or whatever, or maybe you were not wearing headphones, because I felt that would have been better. Maybe you could have worn a Bluetooth headphone if you wanted a hands-free platform and you wanted to have more space to do your speech. That's the only recommendation I can see, that to take your speech to a different level. You are a great speaker. There's no doubt about it that you have some great skills, and taking in just a little bit of attention to more details, I think, can take you to another level altogether. So all the best for that. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. I will now proceed to our evaluator 2, Rohan Nag, who is to become a DTM very soon. So Rohan, please may we have your evaluation for the second speaker, Krishnesh Nayak. Thank you. Over to you, Rohan.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and of course, our knight in the shining metro train, Toastmaster Krishnesh. Krishnesh, let me share a few things that I thought you did really well today. First was, of course, the stories. You had two wonderful and powerful stories in your speech. The one was, of course, of your experience in the metro train, and number two was of your way back of your school days, of your literature classes by studying King Lear. And what I really appreciate is the fact that how you build a bridge between both the stories by talking of the first servant. Very erudite. Second was character portrayal. The little kid sniffing as mama or papa. And of course, the character that you played of the police officer was absolutely spot on. I thought the character portrayal of the police officer was the high point of your speech. Are you an actor by any chance? We'll talk on it. The third thing was, of course, the message of your speech. The fact that we need to be the first servant. We need to act by taking timely decisions. And the statement that you made, be the first servant in the play that is your life, is extremely hard-hitting. And we, as service leaders, is something that we should take back home and always remember while we are executing our duties. And last but not the least, the pellucid delivery. Calm, composed, not in a hurry, good pauses, absolutely well-timed and wonderful executed. Krishnesh, my role as an evaluator today is to assist you in elevating your speech to the next level. So here are certain points for your consideration. First is the imagery. The moment you jumped out and got hold of that guy and shouted, "Police!" was missing. That imagery was something would have really excited and got me more involved in your speech, because I would have seen it happen through you. Second was your staging area. It was dimly lit. Certain parts of your expression was something I could not see. So the next time you give a speech, ensure that your area is lighted. As this is the new model, you have to take care of that. Third was the how aspect. You told us that we need to act. We need to be the first servant. How? How do we overcome our self-doubt? How do we take a quick decision was something I was waiting for, because I suffer from it. I was hoping you could tell me how to become a better service leader. And last but not the least was your conclusion. Brilliant, Krishnesh, but very heavy statements. Decision demands action, fully informed or not, but we need to act timely. Don't waste time on deliberation. Too much was happening. I was thinking, what is he trying to say? So a conclusion needs to be simple, should not be heavy, so that I as an audience member can take back the root point of your speech. But having said that, you did a great job. You were calm, you were composed, wonderful start with some brilliant questions. If you can just take care of the imagery, the staging area and the how aspect and make the conclusion simpler, brother, I can't wait to hear you again. All the best.
Thank you so much, Rohan, for that fantastic evaluation. I don't think I can come anywhere near Rohan's evaluation, even after all these years in Toastmasters. What a spot-on evaluation. I loved it completely, and I don't have anything much to add except that I do agree that the call for action did not come. It was very heavy in the end. And if you want people to act, then you have to give them something to act on. But a fantastic speech, let me tell you, Krishnesh. This is the first time I'm hearing you speak, and I found it so invigorating. I only wish you had used the stage better in terms of transitions, because I felt you were very often to the right of your camera. I would have, maybe you felt comfortable holding on to the bar of the metro train, but I would have really loved you to sort of use your stage for the characterizations or also for your transitions, which would have really helped this entire speech even more. You have a wonderful voice and you have great storytelling skills. So I would really like you to take whatever Rohan has given you in terms of recommendations, which will really elevate your speech. So all the best to you, Krishnesh, and looking forward to hearing your next speech. And Rohan, a very beautiful evaluation. nothing to compare what you have given him in terms of taking back and making his speech go to the other level completely. Thank you so much for that. We will now go forward to the table topics. I would like to just congratulate Anik for giving such lovely topics, for being so creative, for bringing out something which is very different on this platform. And it was just a photograph of one item. And what I loved about the table topic was the fact that you had put in that photograph of Rocket Singh and the salesman, and you asked those two very vital questions in the beginning. So that got the audience intrigued, in my opinion. And they all sat up and they were saying, okay, now what's coming for us? And I think I'm looking forward to that table topic. And then you came with a surprise for all us. I thought, there's going to be some written articles to speak on, or maybe just a number being flashed to pick on, which has become quite common today. But you went out of a different level and you just put one photograph and you said, like Rocket Singh, can you sell it? And thank you so much. You gave a lot of scope to each and every speaker to be able to sell those very simple and today used items. So great job on that. Hats off to you. Just give him a big round of applause. And to the speakers, because I felt that table topics is one of the most difficult things on this platform. Every speaker who was there, the first speaker, Anutosh, is that Ashutosh? Ashutosh, I think he had given you something about a pen. Am I correct? So that pen, you took it off so beautifully, talking about lockdown and people want to migrate to Mars and to stay there. And maybe this pen is so multi-purpose, so it will help us in Mars because it's able to write there. I just was like thinking, how was this guy getting all these thoughts into his mind so spontaneously and being able to deliver such a beautiful speech? I really love the way you took it off and you sold the pen, and then you said, I'll give you the commercials later. Fabulous ending. So I really loved it. Really hats off to you. Great table topic. Our second table topic was Dr. Rupesh. Firstly, I would like to appreciate Dr. Rupesh for always being there to take on a table topic. And that is one of your strengths, Rupesh. I feel that you're always willing to learn, because in table topics, there are so many times when we come back to our seats and we say, oh God, I wish I had said this. I wish I had got a little bit more time. I could have done this better. So there's always, that thing which we keep on going back with, which help us to improve. And I think you're improving by leaps and bounds in your table topic. I love the way you brought in the Mahabharat and the Shatranj Ki Khilari, and you talked about the value systems, the ethical part of it, and how beautifully you tried to surmise the whole thing into a story. I loved it. The only thing missing for me here was, Rupesh, you did not sell the chess to us. So I wanted that part to come. You, I think, told us a beautiful story and how chess relates to all these and our character and everything, how it builds us and our value systems, but you did not sell it. You did not make it a purpose of selling. So that I would like to hear from you the next time. Our third speaker, Rosaline, and she is our guest today. So firstly, a big round of applause for Rosaline. She has come forward with so much of gusto, I would say, to take on this topic. I mean, I would have been very scared because firstly, it's Anik Datta giving a topic. You do not know what sort of a topic he's going to come up with. Secondly, Rosaline is just going to start from July and become a member of Toastmaster. So hats off to you, Rosaline, for coming with so much of bravery and invigorating us with that wonderful broom of yours. I must say, the broom you sold to us was soft to touch. It had all the features of what a housewife or nowadays even a house husband would want, because I think everybody is now grooming, sweeping, cleaning, and jointly doing things at home, so that in the corona days you don't want only one member to work out like that, right? So everybody is jointly coming together and using the household choices in a more effective way. And Rosaline, you spoke so sweetly, so beautifully. I wish you had used up your time with a little bit of story on the broom, how it helps you. You did say that it can be used in terms of, not using your hands due to corona. You can use it for the lift, to put on a button. And you did also say that you're going to give a discount and please come. So I think you really had the thought in your mind. And if you keep on taking table topics, Rosaline, you're going to become one great speaker in times to come. So all the very best to you. Big round of applause. And our fourth speaker was Abhishek. I think Abhishek is anyway a master of words, and I love the way he brought in hygiene and the commercial of toothpaste, and how he believed that, however beautiful you're looking, if you are not, feeling fresh in the mouth, you will never be, the perfect person that you are. So very well done, Abhishek. And I love the, your, the fact that you had those 3 colored toothpaste. If I were you, I would have also sort of tried to attract people with the colors of the toothpaste, and, sort of saying that you could buy a pink one for your wife and a blue one for your son or something like that. But otherwise it was very, very nicely thought of. Well done to you, Abhishek, and let's give him a big, big round of applause. And speaker number 5, we had Shaurya. Shaurya also missed out one thing about selling the ball, but all said and done, what he said was, during lockdown, we need to definitely exercise. And that was something which he wanted to stress upon. He wanted to tell people that even though it's locked down, we should not be locked in only eating and becoming fat. Rather, with that ball, maybe we could, do a little bit of exercise. It need not be kicking it around the room and breaking stuff, but definitely, you can dribble around a bit and have fun and keep fit. I think the message that he tried to give everybody was that even though we are locked down, it's not going to be forever. So keep fit while you're locked down. So very well done, Shaurya. All the best to you. So now let's come to our very, very wonderful role players of the day. We have the Sergeant at Arms, Amrish. He stepped in at the last moment, because I know I got a message from Krish saying that Shweta is not coming because of some family emergency. And I am really proud of you, Amrish. I have seen you before and I'm seeing you today after a very long time. You have really progressed and made fantastic improvement in yourself. You are so confident. You came on stage and you set it on fire with all the rules that is needed. Even you said that we are on a virtual platform, so the rules are slightly different. So I really, really loved it. My only request to you is that you have the stage for about 2 to 3 minutes and use it effectively. Maybe you could have even, set the tone and the emotions of people higher by giving a small little motivational story, a very short one, but something which it would set the tone for all of us, and we would all be very pumped up and inspired to see what's the rest of the meeting has in store for us. So thank you, and a big round of applause for Amrish. Then we had our President Seema. As usual, she is so graceful and her voice is so beautiful. I love the way she brought in a story about her, getting elected into the 2021 area directorship, and her promise to everybody of, taking this role seriously and going forward to make a difference. It was so beautiful. I also loved, the fact that You made all the guests feel so warm and welcomed. You indicated, called out everyone who was here on the platform, who you felt needed an introduction, needed to be acknowledged, and you acknowledged them so beautifully. I would just say that, I always look at you with awe. You inspire and you are really motivating. So keep on doing this. I think you are a wonderful, wonderful president, and Virtue Master couldn't have had a better one. So big round of applause for the president. And let us come to our, I've already given everyone. I think the only person I have now is my 3 role players, my tag team who have helped me all through this meeting. So before we go forward, let me introduce our timer. Anutosh, can you please give us, no, is it Anutosh? Ashutosh. Ashutosh, can you please give us the timing for today?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for inviting me back on this virtual platform. Amazing, what an invigorating day. Absolutely, thrilling for me. So much to deliberate on, so much to think about, so much to become, like so much to look upon. The way, Rohan presented the evaluation, the way Krishnesh and Panna, Toastmaster Panna did their session. I mean, absolutely invigorated I am. So without spending much more time, let me invigorate all the speakers and table topic speakers by telling them that everyone is qualified and they finished their table topics and speaking on time. If you require the detailed time in which you completed it, I'll be very happy to share that report with all of you. I'll share that on the chat here so that you can have a look at it. Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster. Over.
Thank you so much, Ashutosh. That was a very, very brief but lovely report. I'm always happy to see. I'm always happy when people are on time with the report, because this is something which we always have to maintain. Timing is one of the most important factors of our sessions, and we should, I would request you to definitely put it on chat, because everybody should know their timings and by how much of a millisecond did they, sort of escape going into danger line. So that is very important for them. So thank you for that. May I call upon our counter, Shalu Gupta, to please give us her report today. Come along, Shalu.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, congratulating to those who were flawless. Toastmaster Mridula, Toastmaster Panna, Toastmaster Krishnesh, and Toastmaster Rohan Nath. And now the time is to count down the hours used by our speaker. Toastmaster Seema Ramesh, one time, and so couple of times. Toastmaster Shweta, one and couple of so. DTM Jennifer Ghosh, couple of times, couple of times, so couple of times. Toastmaster Ashutosh, couple of times, so couple of times. Toastmaster Anutosh, well, couple of times. Toastmaster Anit Datta, couple of times, couple of times, and so couple of times. Toastmaster Ashutosh, couple of hours, one one repetition, couple of and, couple of so, and one like. Toastmaster Dr. Rupesh, one time, repetition one, and couple of and. Guest Rosalina, couple of couple of end, and couple of so. Toastmaster Abhishek, couple of couple of so. Toastmaster Shaurya, and one time, so one time. There were total 75 touch and filler words used by the speaker.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
My God, this is really fabulous, fabulous. What a spectacular report, I must say, Shalu. Thank you so very much for that. I would, before we close, I would definitely be coming to the TMOD. So don't think I've forgotten our TMOD today. I've just kept the best for the end. So I would like to call upon our grammarian, Mridula. Can you please let us know what all did we do well and what all did we not do so well in your grammarian's report? Over to you, Mridula.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Jennifer. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I'm already feeling invigorated after this wonderful meeting that we had. So the word of the day, thank you. The word of the day, invigorating, was used 12 times. 6 times, the winner being distinguished Toastmaster Jennifer, twice by Toastmaster Ashutosh, once by Toastmaster Krishnesh, and once by Toastmaster Anutosh.
Anutosh knows actually.
Now, the good usages of grammar are: one usage of alliteration by Toastmaster Krish in his speech, indifference and indecisiveness. So alliteration is something which starts with the same letters or the repetition of same letters. So here, indifference and indecisiveness are consonants which were used. Apart from that, the good word usages were utopian world, B rating, saged advice, condescendingly, which means treating someone as if you are more important or more intelligent to others, breaking the shackles, erudite, pellucid, and intrigued. I do not have much recommendations to give, only ones, that is, more, better are two comparative uses of the same, two comparative usages, so we should not be using both of them side by side. Either it's more good or only better. Thank you, and back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful report. I think everybody, all the role players have gone and exceeded themselves beyond whatever they do every day. And that is what is so delightful to see, that everybody is trying each and every time they come on this platform to become better and better. And that is what the intent or the purpose should be. So before I close and hand it back to the T-Mod, I would like to just inform you all that I was spellbound by her beautiful, beautiful conduction of this meeting. She conducted this meeting so smoothly, so flawlessly. And I would just like to congratulate her firstly on the theme, change in life. What a beautiful theme. And right now we are all changing. We have gone from live meetings to virtual meetings. We are locked down. Each and one of us are, I think sometimes we get on each other's nerves when we are too much around each other, but still we sort of, compromise, and we are feeling that, okay, we need to be there for each other. We are being able to look outside and see the freshness around. So there are a lot of changes that are happening. We all say that even the university is changing. It needs time, and what a lovely, lovely theme. So Shweta, thank you for that. Thank you for planning so beautifully. Thank you for that story of Jimmy and the positivity it brought, and the way you conducted the story in between your sessions. It was a very, very lovely story. I've heard it before, but I felt that freshness when I heard it from you. It was really beautiful. I love the connection you had with everybody, and especially I love the connecting out you did, because before the role you pinged me, you asked me something, I did not get back to you. I'm so sorry immediately. I'm normally not so forgetful, but these days I am under some stress. And then you called me again and you asked me for the theme, and I immediately wrote it in, and I was really ashamed of myself. I'm so sorry to keep you hanging like that, but it was really that connecting with people and bonding with people, and that preparing for your role is so very important. This is how growth happens. And you, my darling, are on the way to a very high level of growth. So very, very nicely done. I love everything about your role. Keep on taking up such roles and keep on making a difference for all of us. On that note, I will hand it back to you. God bless.
Thank you, ma'am, for that lovely evaluation with regard to all aspects of our meeting. And I'm sure we have a lot of things to take back, to look into, and we'll implement in our future meetings as well. And with this, now I would like to call on the president of our club, Toastmaster Seema Ramesh. Thank you so much.
A huge round of applause, all Toastmasters and guests, for the wonderful, wonderful and invigorating session that a TMOD really has to do. A huge round of applause, please. And not only the TMOD. I am astounded at today's meeting because the beautiful conduct that it was done with, all the role players, whether it was the timer, our counter, or grammarian, as well as the heavy role players, the TMOD, the general evaluator, and the TTM. It was a beautiful and very invigorating, very enriching meeting. Thank you all once again for it. And while we are tabulating the results, the voting links have been shared on the chat box. So if you could all kindly go ahead with the voting. I would just like to take some feedback from the guests. I can see that a couple of guests have already left, but those who are here, first guest Rosalina, soon to be Toastmaster. How do you think the meeting went today? And could you please say something about the meeting?
First of all, thank you for making me feel so welcome. So that is one thing about the Toastmaster sessions. Every time I join, I feel so welcome to be in the group. And I really enjoyed Panna and Krishna's speech. I learned many new phrases, new words, and I'm all charged up. And I'm looking forward to be a Toastmaster and continue my journey. Thank you.
That's so good to hear. Thank you so much, Rosalina. So good to hear that you're already charged up before getting into the role yourself. Okay. We have the couple of the guests have already left. In fact, with us, he entered late. We had DTM Abhishek Mitra, who is the Division Director-elect of Division K. I'm sorry that he was not here to get introduced. But then a huge round of virtual applause for him too, because he took part in the table topic session as well. I would also like to get some serious feedback from one of our veteran Toastmasters, Toastmaster Shaurya. If you could kindly just give in a couple of words.
Great to be here, and I have to improve more and more, and thanks for giving me this opportunity of stepping up in your table topics. Let's see where I can go on table topics. Great to be here, and it was a good meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shaurya. Always very humble, there to go on table topics. Like, I mean, Toastmaster Shaurya, we have a lot to learn from you, in fact. Okay, before I declare the awards, I've just got one announcement to make. As mentioned by DTM Jennifer earlier in the meeting, we are having the V Oration on the 27th of June, which is the virtual oration. That is the District 41 conference. I think it's going to be a big blast. All the details will be shared definitely with everybody. So I urge one and all guests as well as members to try and attend this, because it is an amazing thing. Although we would have enjoyed it much more in a physical way, but then there is always a new thing that we can, maybe this will turn out to be much more exciting and enriching than the physical one. So I would encourage everybody to kindly attend the oration. Now, over to the awards. Right, in the category of the timer, the hour counter, and the grammarian, any guesses who would have taken, who will be taking the award?
Grammarian.
Any guesses? Come on, VMC, we need to be good at guessing also. The grammarian, fantastic.
Grammarian.
Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Mukula as the grammarian. Next, the best table topic speaker. Any guesses? He is right here in the meeting. Dr. Rupesh, Toastmaster Dr. Rupesh. Huge round of applause, please. I mean, is this the third time in a row? I mean, is this one of those cricket terms? I forget what the term is.
Hat-trick,
Third
hat-trick.
time in a row getting the best table topic. Hat-trick, okay. All right. A huge round of applause, please. Right. She's getting good at this. The man himself, who has switched off his video conveniently, the current area director of Area K4, Toastmaster, soon to be DTM, Rohan Nag. Great. In the category of the general evaluator, the TMOD, and the TTM, the award goes to, guesses?
Rohan Nag for TMOD.
TMOD.
General evaluator.
Yes, general evaluator. the outgoing district director, but with us for a few more days and always with us. DT and Jennifer Ghosh, huge round of applause, please.
Thank you.
And
Thank
last
you.
but not the least, the Best Speaker Award goes to
Krishnesh.
Night in the
Toastmaster Krishnesh. A huge round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic speech, although due to some issue with my laptop, I was jinxed not to hear most of the speech, but then I could understand lip read and lip sync and understand it was a fantastic speech indeed. Well, thank you so much, BMC, all the Toastmasters present over here from the other clubs, guests as well. Thank you so much for joining in today. And please spread the word about VMC and try and attend the meetings as often as possible. One quick announcement too, since we have our V Oration on 27th, which is a Saturday, we will be having our joint meeting. That is also another surprise, which is going to come up on the 28th Sunday. All the details will be shared soon on the group. So kindly do join in, and a round of applause to all of you again. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.